Hello everyone, welcome to my second video on investment appraisal. Before we can tackle any of the three investment appraisal methods, we have to be able to get the figures that we need in order to do that. And the way that we do that is to look at a cash flow grid, which is something a little bit like this. So in the exam, it's possible they may give you some of the numbers from this, and you need to be able to manipulate those numbers to get the correct figures in order to be able to do your investment appraisal calculations. So I'm just going to talk you through what the components are here and how you can use them to get hold of the correct information that you need. So over here we've got the years that the project has been running. Yeah. So let's say this project is an investment into a 3D printer that makes shoes. I took this example from one of the textbooks. So yeah, we've got this investment, and we need to see how much it's creating each year, or how much what the revenue is like, and what the costs are each year. So year now, or year zero, is now. So no time has passed, we often call that year zero. And then this would be in a year's time, so after a year, year one, after 2 years, time for year two, and year three, and so on, for however long the project is. Right, in terms of the next column, we have cash in, which is all of the money that this investment is generating. So what income this investment is creating. So as you can see, for year zero, we have no value in here. Yeah, so we've got a value of 0 because no time has passed, no money has come into the business. Then for year one, it made £20,000. For year two, it made £30,000, and for year three, it made £36,000. So as you can see, in this case, it's getting more profitable as time goes on. That may not always be the case. Sometimes things go out of fashion and things change and things. And then our second column, we've got the cash out, which is all of the money leaving the business for as a result of the project. Now, in this case, we're saying that this, for year zero, we've got a cash out of £40,000. And the reason for that is £40,000 is the cost of the machine. So £40,000 equals setup costs. Yeah, so that's the business buying the machine. So £40,000 has been spent. In year one, it costs the business £5,000 to make the machine, or to run the machine. Now the reason for that could be the variable costs. So with this example, they've got to buy the leather for the shoes, or the plastic for the 3D printer, etc. So there will usually, in most years, be a cash out figure attached to the machine. Yeah, so in year one, we had a cash out of £5,000. In year two, we had £10,000, and in year three, it cost the business £24,000. And then, following that, we have the net cash flow, which is basically all of the cash in for that year minus the cash out. So taking into account how much money has come in and come out of the business as a result of that investment for that year, how much money has been made. So for the first year, we've got cash in of 0. We've got a cash out of £40,000. So therefore our net cash flow, in this case, is going to be negative £40,000. Yeah? So, yeah. Now, the following year, we had a cash in of £20,000, but we paid our £5,000 cash out. So this could be the variable cost of the machine. So this would be, the net cash flow, therefore, would be £15,000. Yeah. In year two, there was an income of £30,000, a cash out of £10,000. So we have £20,000. And then in this final year, year three, the business made £36,000 off this investment, and it had a cash out of £24,000. So our net cash flow in this case is £12,000. Okay, which takes us on to our final column, which is the cumulative cash flow. So the cumulative cash flow is basically the sum of all previous cash flows added together. So for the cumulative cash flow for the first year, it's going to be essentially the same as this. So we're going to have minus £40,000. Yeah. Now, after a year, we can add on the £15,000 that was made the net cash flow from the previous year. So we've got £40,000 plus £15,000, which means that the debt on the investment has been reduced. We're now at minus £25,000, and then we're adding another £20,000 on. So the debt's got the cumulative cash flow, I should say, has got even smaller, and then finally 12,000 add with minus 5,000 plus 12,000, which give you £7,000. Now, the purpose of why we've done this little exercise is that these figures at the end are what we need in order to complete our investment appraisal. So our net cash flow is something that we need to complete the net present value calculation. So I'll be doing that in another video shortly. We'll talk about why we need these figures in that video. So that's the net cash flow for each year. And then at the end we have the cumulative cash flow. Now the cumulative cash flow is needed for our average rate of return and our payback period. So without these numbers, we are going to find it very difficult, nigh on impossible, to calculate our investment appraisal or any of our investment appraisal statistics. So it's really important that you're able to complete this in order to be able to do those other factors. So yeah, we shall be looking at those in the not too distant future.